Let's talk about a fascinating puzzle, one that connects your mind directly to your muscles. We're going to uncover a hidden saboteur that can completely derail your physical performance, even when your body feels like it's 100% ready to go.
I mean, really think about it. You got a full night's sleep, you're hydrated, you ate well, your muscles feel totally fresh, you head out for your workout expecting a great session, but right from the start, it's just an absolute slog. Does that sound familiar at all?
Well, this right here is what we're calling the performance paradox. It's that super confusing, kind of frustrating gap between how your body should be feeling and how it's actually performing.
It's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? Every physical sign is pointing to go, but your body is just screaming stop. And this isn't about being sore or running out of fuel. So what on earth is going on? Well, the answer, as it turns out, isn't in your legs or your lungs. It's between your ears.
Yep, that hidden saboteur has a name: mental fatigue. It's this invisible force that can slam the brakes on your physical performance, no matter how well prepared your body might be. So what exactly is mental fatigue? It's really important to know this isn't just about feeling sleepy. Scientists define it as this unique state that's caused by, long periods of tough mental work. Think about a day packed with meetings, or cramming for an exam, or even just a really stressful commute. It's that feeling of being completely mentally drained.
Okay, so how does this brain drain actually translate into hitting a physical wall? Let's dive into the science because it reveals this powerful braking system that's literally hardwired into our brains.
To figure this all out, scientists designed some really clever experiments. First, they totally tired out people's brains with a draining 90-minute computer task that required a ton of focus. It's only after their minds were fried that they put them on an exercise bike to test their physical endurance.
And the outcome? Well, it was crystal clear. After that tough mental workout, the participants' physical performance took a major nosedive. They just couldn't push as hard or last as long compared to when they did the same test with a fresh mind.
But this is where it gets really, really fascinating. The researchers were measuring everything: heart rate, muscle activation, you name it. And you know what they found? Nothing. Physically, their bodies were just as capable. Their muscles weren't any more tired, and their cardiovascular system was not the reason they stopped.
The real kicker was this: the only thing that actually changed was their perception of effort. When they were mentally tired, the exact same amount of physical work just felt way harder. Their brain was basically shouting that the effort was through the roof, and that signal made them give up way sooner.
And that just illustrates this concept perfectly. Your brain acts like a central governor. When it gets tired, it starts hitting the brakes to save energy, even if your body's engine has plenty of gas left in the tank. Okay, so if the brain is the problem here, can we trick it? Is there a way to hack this braking system? Well, it turns out the research uncovered a surprisingly simple, kind of weird counterattack.
So, in another study, they mentally fatigued a new group of people, but this time they split them up. One group got a placebo rinse, basically just water. The other group rinsed their mouths with a mix of caffeine and a carbohydrate, and the results were, wow. The placebo group, their performance dropped, just like before. But the group with the caffeine and carb rinse, their performance was completely protected. It's like the mental fatigue had no effect.
And the amazing part is how this works. Get this, they didn't even swallow the drink. Just rinsing for 10 seconds was enough. See, receptors on the tongue picked up the bitter caffeine and the sweet carb and shot a direct signal straight to the reward centers in the brain. This signal basically tricked the brain, telling it to ignore the fatigue signals and release the brakes.
So what's the big picture here? What does all this lab stuff mean for us in the real world? Well, it's a huge reminder of that deep, powerful connection between our mind and our body.
And look, this is not just for elite athletes. Think about a student who has to go to practice right after hours of studying. Or, a professional trying to squeeze in a run after a day of stressful meetings. Or a parent whose brain is just fried after a day of multitasking. For all of them, mental fatigue is the real hurdle, not a lack of physical energy. So the big takeaway from all this is that managing your mental energy is absolutely as critical as managing your physical energy. Whether your goal is to run a marathon or just, stick to a workout routine, your brain's freshness matters just as much as your body's.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. We spend so much time focused on physical rest, right? But if your brain is the true governor of your performance, what are you actively doing to rest and refuel it? Definitely something to chew on.